All right, let's jump right in because today we're talking about some genuinely fantastic news for our planet. It's all about a new report on the healing sky right above our heads. Okay, let's not bury the lead here. The big takeaway from a recent scientific assessment: the Antarctic ozone hole was the 5th smallest it's been since we started consistently measuring it back in 1992. I mean, that is a huge deal. And look, this isn't just some lucky break or a random fluke. Nope. This is solid scientific proof that a massive, long-term, worldwide effort is actually working. It's showing us that decades of global action are finally really paying off. So to really get why this is such a massive win, we kind of have to rewind a little bit. We need to talk about what we were trying to protect in the first place. So let's start with what we call Earth's invisible shield. So what is the ozone layer anyway? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like our planet's own natural sunscreen. It's this super thin, kind of fragile part of our atmosphere that does something absolutely critical. It soaks up almost all of the sun's nasty, harmful ultraviolet or UV radiation. Seriously, without it, life on Earth as we know it just wouldn't be possible. And this vital shield, it was working just fine for, well, forever. So what happened? What was the problem that suddenly put everything in jeopardy? And that brings us to the next, and honestly, the most hopeful part of this whole story: how we fixed it. And I'm emphasizing the we here because this really is a story about the entire world coming together to solve a problem. You know, every good story has a hero. And in this one, it's a global agreement called the Montreal Protocol. This was a landmark international treaty signed way back in 1987. And it was a huge moment where basically every nation agreed to stop using the chemicals, mostly things called CFCs, that scientists had figured out were literally eating a hole in our atmosphere. This timeline really puts it all into perspective, you know? It shows this wasn't some overnight fix. Back in the 80s, we figured out the problem. Just a few years later, boom, the world acted. And now, decades down the road, we're seeing the clear proof that it's healing. Now, the journey isn't over yet. Scientists think we'll see a full recovery around the 2060s. But it's incredible proof that when we stick with something, it works. But it's super important to understand the details here. This is a slow and steady recovery. And the way it's happening, well, it's pretty fascinating. So just to give you a sense of the scale we're still talking about, the average size of the hole recently was still a whopping 7.23 million square miles. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds enormous. And you're right, it is. But here's the key. While it's still huge, it is way smaller than it used to be. And just as important, it started breaking up and closing almost 3 weeks earlier than usual, which is another really, really good sign. So why does the size seem to change from year to year? Well, it turns out it's not just about the chemicals we've put up there. It's more like a complex dance of different factors. You've got things like the atmospheric temperature, regional weather patterns, and even the strength of this massive weather system over the pole called the polar vortex. So for instance, during this most recent assessment, that polar vortex was actually weaker than average in August, and scientists think this natural variation probably helped make the hole smaller this time around. It just goes to show you it's an interplay between our successful policies and the planet's own natural rhythms. Okay, so let's bring this all together. What's the big picture here? What's the real lesson we should take away from all this? Let's talk about the lesson of the ozone. Look, if there's one single thing to remember from this entire explainer, it's this simple, powerful truth that comes straight from the report. Global cooperation is the only reason the ozone layer is healing. The science is crystal clear. When humanity was faced with a shared existential threat, we actually proved we could unite and get the job done. And that leaves us with a really powerful and I think hopeful thought. We have a blueprint now. We've proven that we can do this. So the question we should all be asking ourselves is, what can we fix next?